Well, good evening, good evening to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Judge Apau Maria and Saroma coming to you with another installment of Wisdom Walk Talk here on hopefully Black Hole Radio and my live stream. So if some of you who usually connect to the live broadcast through the radio. There's a horrible storm wherever their station is at, and so we can't connect. We're not able to connect right now. I'm going to keep trying, but at least I have the live stream here, and so hopefully people know if they can't get on the radio that they'll come to this. So. Yes. Wow. Here we are in another very, very tight energy time period. I can't even get the astrology out because the energy is so tight, and I am just allowing myself to get through it. And hopefully those of you will understand who also are getting through it, and then we can talk about it once we've come through it and say, oh yeah, this is what that was about. But tonight I am very, very grateful to be able to begin with honoring the ancestors, because this is my sweet, sweet Aunt Marion, who passed on August 3rd. Her funeral is tomorrow. And I'm so grateful that I can take time to pause and connect with her, with all of you. And of course, I always acknowledge my teachers, Malidoma and Sobonfu Some. And I'm going to take this moment, as I always do when I start my show, to honor all of our ancestors. So I invite you to join in. Think about those ancestors, those whose shoulders you're standing upon, those for whom problems here are not problems there, where they are in the land of the ancestors. And let us invoke them, because especially now, we need their help. So join me. Creator, Mother, Father, God, Source, all the one, all that is, may the ancestors hear our prayers. Ancestors, 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 we call out to you in the midst of the third quarter of 2024 and ask you to enable us to embrace change with clarity, creativity, and courage during this auspicious and landmark mineral year. Grant us access to our higher timeline, where we know that what we are seeking is seeking us. Enable us to humbly embrace this new age and new earth consciousness, daring greatly to live out our new narratives that are divinely scripted for ourselves and for our world. And most importantly, continue to enable us to move forth from the dark ages of modernity by placing our heads below our hearts, valuing people over profits, and always, always choosing love over fear. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say amen. Ashe Hoasa Shinga Bismillah. And so it is. Ashe. Yes. So again, hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. We have made it. We have made it into the middle, toward the end of August 2024, this second and final nature month in this monumental mineral year. The radical external changes from 2020 through 2023 have shifted us into a higher and expanded level of human consciousness and increased our bandwidth for doing our inner work. Especially after the startling cosmic shifts in July, we are being called upon to embrace our new earth reality as self-masters, open to remembering and living our true purpose for being here at this most auspicious time in human history. And so tonight I am going to continue to initiate what I'm calling our 5-month journey through those 5 collected commitments of 2024. And I'm starting, of course, with number 1, which is all about believe. And I'm going to be focusing, of course, on the power of imagination. The tagline for this collective commitment was use your imagination to accept and hold on to your dreams of happy endings in life. So thank you for joining me as I go unscripted to share additional wisdom and insights about believe as we move beyond making up excuses and really begin to embrace how our dreams really, really can come true. Shay. So I'm going to take a moment here and see if I can connect with the radio again. Again, for the first time. Let's see if the storm is maybe allowing for the call to go through. We'll see in a minute. But I just wanted to take us through and remind us about the the annual theme that we have for this year. And it is about what you seek is seeking you. This is so important for us. It's so powerful because we're so used to coming into our day thinking that we've got to do all the work. And we really, really forget that we are part of something so much bigger, so much grander than any human thing, including AI, and that we're really on a specific and very purposeful path in life to be able to get ourselves to what it is we truly want and truly desire, because even those wants and desires are connected to a higher purpose. It really, really is so powerful. The 2 quotes I pulled for talking about believe, this wonderful collective commitment. First one is from Eleanor Roosevelt, who says, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And then Paul J. Meyer, considered to be the founder almost of what we call modern self-help. What should I call it? The business side of it. Yeah, like he really opened the way for it to be a business. And he said, whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon, most inevitably come to pass. Wow. It's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And so right on, this is really what it's about. It's about believing and getting to being able to believe. Excuse me, throat is dry. And holding on to this belief, I think that's the real big piece of it too, because when you're kids, right? When we were children, it was so easy to make things up and imagine things. There were no limits. Nothing was impossible. I had the wonderful, wonderful experience of being around 2 children who just reminded me of how unlimited children are with their imagination. And we played this game where you have to guess who it is in each other's stack, and you ask the one question, like, does your person have hair? Does your person have jewelry? Does your person have a hat? Is your person a man? And you're, of course, siphoning it down to who that person is. And so what they decided to do was after they find out who the person is or who the last two people are remaining, they put them together and they say, okay, they're married. And now we each have to pick from the deck a person that was going to be their children. And then you had to make up a story about that child and those parents. And oh my God, the things they came up with, it was just so wonderful, so amazing. I mean, it was things out of time. Like, like I remember one child came from a planet that was like a million light years away, and they had been traveling for like 10,000 years, but they didn't age. So when they came, they were still a baby, but they had all this wisdom. I mean, it was just like so fun, so fun. And I found myself, as an adult, kind of struggling to keep up with how imaginative these children were. Like, they just broke all the boundaries. Like, nothing stayed rational. It was just boom, full on imagination. Yeah, yeah. And you know, this is what it's about. As Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. And the best use of imagination is creativity. The worst use of imagination is anxiety. I'm gonna come back to that, but I want to show you this one about the kids. Imagination is how we learn to believe in what we want to manifest into our life. And again, just playing with those children, having that time with those children really, really helped me remember and move myself back into a posture of, yeah, let me go beyond these limits. Let me go beyond what it is that I'm thinking would stop me from what it is that I really want, what dream I really want. And so I can share with you that, one of my dreams, one of my big, big dreams is to be in Santa Monica, California. And it's a big dream of mine because if I look at it rationally, like, there's just no way. There's no way. There's no way I can ever live there again. But the way I got to live there in the first place was not of my own making. The circumstances presented themselves, and I said yes. And I got to be there for 5 years, even after 2 years, even after Miss Sarah, who I lived with, died. But I realize now that I really, 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 really love Santa Monica. It just holds so much for me energetically that I like. And so I was like, why are you not focusing on getting back to Santa Monica? Why are you telling yourself you can't be there? And in the neighborhood you want to be in. And so I started to look at that, and I'm like, yeah, I need to put some work into this. I need to take this on. Like, why am I holding myself back? And so this daring to dream big, giving ourselves permission to really go into what rationally we can't figure out, that no, this can't happen. And there are some things that shouldn't happen that we do want, we desire, but something that really tugs at your heart, something that won't go away. It's not like it's just in reaction to a need that you have. Something that is like feeling very much in alignment, yeah, with that higher purpose. That's the stuff we need to hold on to and dream about. So I'm giving myself permission to really dream about Santa Monica. And there was a house in that neighborhood I was in that was up the street from where I was staying. And I actually got to watch this house being built, or at least the endings of it, before 2020. And, I was just enamored with this house. It was like, wow, it's so gorgeous, And it so happens the house got built, it got finished, and it went on the market. It had the sign out. I think it was Berkshire Hathaway um, real estate persons. And the sign was too. And I can remember, walking past that sign and saying, wow, wow, I want this house. I want this house. And one day, as I was on my YouTube, up in my feed comes a video from the sales department about that house. So I got to see the inside of it. And it had these black and white parquet floors and as you open the front doors. And then there was, guess what? Yeah, a baby grand piano. You can't make this stuff up. The house also has a movie theater in the basement, which that would just bring me so much joy. Oh my God, it's amazing. Big, I mean, really big. And it's like a mini movie theater down there. Like, it's crazy. And beautiful space, really set up nice. And so I've decided I'm going to continue to dream of that house. Imagine myself with my friends in that basement watching a wonderful movie, in the kitchen, having somebody else cook. I'm not going to be cooking, but somebody else could cook. It's a wonderful kitchen too. It's just like, oh my God, so much space. You could live in that kitchen. Yeah, that could be your apartment. That's how big it is. Definitely playing that baby grand piano. But again, the whole point here is that we need to allow ourselves to use our imagination, to give ourselves permission to really think about what it is that we want and to let ourselves go for it. Yeah. Um, I found this quote from something I had done back in, I think, 2013, as I'm always talking about, self mastery involving us really imagining ourselves as the best of who we are. And I didn't realize that I had used this quote, and I'm so glad I found it. But it's about consciously awakening to the realization that with every breath and step, your dreams are in the process of becoming your reality. Once again, awaken to the realization that with every breath and step, your dreams are in the process of becoming your reality. Just hold that for a minute. Really hold that. In this process of using our imagination and believing that we can go beyond the limitations that we were born into, that we adopted, because sometimes we will do that. We'll adopt limitations based on what? Yeah, like I want to belong, I want to be in the in crowd, or I want to be in this relationship, and this is what I have to do so I can have it. Whatever. I want this job, But we will do that to ourselves. We'll put limitations on. Our work in this time in human history is to go beyond that, to go beyond those limitations, to really, really grow, heal, and evolve ourselves into the best version. Yeah, to be really present to who we are and what we really, really want. And so if I don't get that house in Santa Monica, I know I will get something equal or even better than that. And if Santa Monica isn't really my place, then I know I'm going to go to some place that's going to be even better. It's going to have even more of what it is that I really need, the vibe I need, so that I can be supported in the truth of who I truly am. So it's important that we understand this, that we know this, the importance of being able to really give ourselves permission to use our imaginations and to believe that we really can have what it is that we truly desire. So let me talk to you a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get on the radio again. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think that storm is really so powerful. It's probably knocked out some power lines or something like that, because this will be the third time I'm trying to call to get in, and it connects, but then it like, boop, it goes away. So it's like they're not online. So anyway, unfortunately. But back to our dreaming and using imagination, you know, I want to talk to you about what stops that, what stops our ability to really be connected to this greater order and direction, to this bigger and beyond belief existence and energetic that every human being has access to. Yeah, we all have access to this. And some of what happens is that our pain body takes over our life. Because any pain that is not addressed, any pain that is not transformed, it is going to live in that pain body. It is going to transfer itself onto the truth of who we are, onto our psyche, and to really create these blocks and these barriers to our ability to believe that with every breath and step, our dreams are becoming a reality. I have witnessed this not only in myself, but in so many of the people that I've worked with over the years. And it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to get beyond that pain body barricade. But it's so important to do that. It's so important to take it on. You know, if you find yourself looking around and comparing yourself to other people and saying, oh, that person has this, I want that, why don't I have that? That's a sign that you have some work to do with that pain body, because you should feel, wow, they have that, I want that. That's something that could work for me. You know, it should be like you're being encouraged, inspired, not made to feel like, oh, this could never happen for me. So again, taking on that inner work to find out where it is that you're blocked in your ability to believe and to imagine that you can be, do, and have what it is that you really, really want, what you really desire. Yeah. Let me just say this too, in regards to relationship, because I know a lot of people get confused and they think, you know, if you've been turned down in a relationship, but you're still desiring that person, well, I just need to keep believing and imagining and I can be with them. If you've been turned down in a relationship, that really wasn't about you. That's about that person and what their purpose is and what it is that they are desiring. Yeah. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying to think that I'm giving you permission to take on turning somebody's no into a yes. Okay. And that's with anything. Like, we have to respect, especially in relationship, people's decision. Okay. You have to respect that. I see when you do go through a heartbreak situation, that's a real call for you to do some learning of how to love yourself. Yeah. And so that's the believing and that's the imagining you need to be working on. You need to be working on loving yourself. Absolutely. So again, with relationship, it can even be a job that you wanted, but you get fired or laid off or whatever. That's a time to imagine, okay, what could be better than this? You know, what could I have or what could I do that could be even better than what I just lost? You know, same thing in relationship. Like, what do I need to grow in me in order to have a relationship that works, that's in alignment? Yeah. Again, it is related to the pain body, so we have to do that work. You know, another And excuse me, because I just got that. Okay. Another barrier that I think happens for us in terms of our ability to believe and our ability to imagine is that we do get disconnected from our greater order and direction as a reality in our lives. I think it's easy to embrace it when you're in pain, um, and something bad happens, but it doesn't, it may not be something that is ongoing. Yeah. And so that you want to correct. You want your relationship to a greater order and direction. You want your relationship to the truth of who you are to be ongoing. You don't want that to only have to show up when something bad happens. Yeah. And I know even for some people, even when something bad happens, it doesn't show up. So, yeah. So, I just want to encourage you again to really, really give yourself permission, permission to really believe and imagine that with every breath and step, your dreams are in the process of becoming your reality. And if you don't know what a right dream is, or you tried a dream and it fell through, it didn't come through, just dream a little bigger, darling. Maybe you need to be going bigger. Maybe you're not dreaming big enough. Give yourself permission to go there. See what the more can be. Absolutely. And be in this level of consciousness, like this person here. I always think of him like he's a writer, and I identify with this. Like when I'm writing, I feel so connected to the universe. It feels so endless to me. Like, I can get access to this bigger information. Hey, Hector. Hector's saying, I am not dreaming big enough. Yes, my darling, you need to dream bigger. And just give yourself permission to be this. Yeah, to be this. Tapping into all of what you need in order to reach fulfillment. Yeah. And have those happy endings in relationship, in home and living, in your workplace or your career, And nobody can do this for you. I'm going to end on this. Nobody can do this for you but you. You have to be the one who says, I'm going to have what it is that I really, truly desire in life. And again, that pain body, it can also come from conditioning you got growing up. It could come from, some adverse experiences where you were invalidated in regards to who you are. I understand that. That's all there. But our job now as humans on this planet is to go beyond those barriers, to knock down those walls, and to get ourselves out into a whole new realm so that we truly, truly can live the life that we really, really desire to live. Yeah. And Hector says, I am focused on where it goes from there. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, love it. So, my quote for you from Miss Sarah tonight is, for the month, it is, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you. So, as always, I am closing out thanking my wonderful engineer who unfortunately didn't get a chance to do her job tonight because Blog Talk Radio was inaccessible. But thank you, Yvette, and the entire Black Hole Radio Be Well family. I, of course, also want to thank all of those of you who are my regular listeners and watchers out there. Um, this part is scripted because if I don't watch, I'll leave somebody out, and I don't want to do that. So all of you who have wisdom walk with me, and you know who you are. To my family on both coasts and in the middle of the country, which I'll be visiting very soon by the end of the week. To my spiritual kin everywhere, my transformational leadership colleagues, my medicine brothers and sisters around the world, like Asu and Ina, and those who may be listening or watching for the first time. I would like to say thank you. Big thank you. I could not do this without you and your willingness to listen and watch. And if you choose to subscribe to my channel, that would be very wonderful. But I am in the process of working on, again, but this time I think it's going to go through, developing a landing spot for the community where I can offer you some more support for navigating this incredible time we're in, and of course, doing your self-mastery as a wisdom walker. This broadcast, of course, will be repeated. Well, it won't be. Well, it may be because I upload the audio on the broadcast. Of course, you can always watch it. The live stream copy will be on my YouTube channel, Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery. And I think my next live multicast will be sometime in September. I'm not sure yet because I do have some traveling to do. I'm going to be traveling around a bit over the next couple of months. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. See where the wind blows me. Of course, I want to promote my book, Wisdom Walk to Self-Mastery, Ancient Wisdom for Transforming Pain, still available through Amazon, Kindle, Walmart, Abe's Books, and other online booksellers. Also want to promote my dear friend Quanita Roberson and Amy Howton's book, The Innerground Railroad, a 40-day journey to remembering soul and spirit. Also uses the medicine wheel to teach. It's very, very wonderful. And then my sister queen, Reverend AdaRa, and her Heart for Healing service, a Zoom that she does for about an hour every first and third Wednesday of the months at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And it's absolutely free, and you can access it from her website, which is spiritismylife.com, under events to get the Zoom link. Yeah. And I want to thank my God, my ancestors, my spirit guides, loving entities, everything that walks with me, keeps my head to the sky, my feet to the ground, and my heart open to do this important work with and for all of you. Now, please have a very healthy and safe. We have a mineral week coming up in this mineral year, and it's all about connecting to the souls of others, and most importantly, to your own soul. You know, COVID has now become what is called endemic. What does that mean? That means like malaria, it is around, it's going to be around. So please use your mask when you know you need to use your mask. Like I'm getting ready to be on an airplane in 2 days. I will have my mask on. I'm not playing. But you can also do need to do a strengthening of your immune system, which is about sleep. It's about getting your fluids. It's about letting go of stress in your life that you really don't need. Practice safe relating. Wash those hands frequently. Avoid perceived safety and embrace science safety. And most importantly, my dear, darling wisdom walkers that I love so much, please remember that you are not disposable. Why? Because you are divine. Have a wonderful, wonderful week now. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.